it was really a crash. That's why, this crisis is like, in my opinion, is more similar to the 1929 crash than the 2008 financial crisis. And of course, in a few months, I can say maybe in 18 months, we will resume the former situation, and stock markets will resume to working properly, because now there is a panic, and when panic is in the streets and is in the stock exchange and is extended around the world, it's necessary to be a little bit cold and to think about first taking some decisions that maybe will be wrong decisions.
You mentioned in our interview for the newspaper that this situation is totally predictable. How do you mean?
Well, in fact, it happens. This kind of pandemic already happened in the past. It is not the first time it happened in the world. Well, we can remember the Spanish flu during the First World War that caused the death of about 50 million people. But the conditions were completely different because Europe was at war. It was a very difficult situation to fight that pandemic flu. But afterwards, just recently, the Ebola, or also the other pandemics, that they were controlled quickly, and almost nobody died. But we spent a lot of money in weapons. We developed a missile system and very sophisticated weapons to fight our enemies. But nobody thought about this invisible enemy, and so it was predictable because we already suffered other pandemic in the past, and it was very recently. But mankind forget very quickly, and that is the problem. So now this is the time to be ready for the next pandemic. So please, to the governments, to the responsible politicians, must take care about population. We have to change the democratic system. Democratic system will be more direct, and citizen must count more than ever.
You are listening to Public Affairs, International News Media with Awi Bayari, and of course with an exclusive interview with Dr. Carlos Puente. We'll be back for the final analysis and conclusion of the program after these brief reminders.